with the sports flood with Archie Shea. Beth, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. It's a good day for baseball, that's for sure. Very, very pretty outside. And this stadium, I cannot get over how amazing it is. It is incredible.
Well, 2 years ago, back in 2010, I guess that was close to 3 years now, they made the announcement they're going to move to downtown. A lot of people weren't happy about that, but as you can see, as we look out here in the press box, the skyline of the city, you can see UAB, just a nice facility, great stadium. It looks like they did it right.
Oh, I definitely think so. Do you think them moving over here is kind of like boosted attendance a little bit? Or?
Yeah, well, 8505 was the opening night attendance, and then I think on average we've had about 6,000 plus each night. The worst attendance was actually Thursday, believe it or not.
Really?
When you have an hour and a half rain delay, and they take the taps off the kegs after 9 o'clock, and you kind of expect that, but you still get close to 4,000, so that's not bad.
Oh, no, that's not bad at all. I know the Stars are really hurting for attendance, so to hear that, that's really impressive, really impressive. But I can imagine everybody wants to come out and check out their new stadium. I know if I were a Barons fan, I would be very proud. I'd be very proud.
Well, I've never been up to Huntsville for the Stars Stadium, so talk about that. I know it's probably not the best, but you also have a Nashville background, and I'm sure you've been to the Nashville Sound Stadium.
I have been to the Nashville Sounds, and it actually is this is kind of reminiscent of it. It doesn't have the really pretty greenery around it. They do have like a fan zone type thing, where people can go, drink, and hang out, and have a good time. The Stars, it really is probably like the seats go from that fence out there, right down the third baseline to this first baseline, and that's the seating itself. There's really nothing like this with the patio and the picnic tables out there, the lawn chairs over there. This is the atmosphere I think Joe wants to have, but the fans are just not there yet. So like I said, I think this is absolutely impressive. Oh my gosh.
Well, you have a Braves jersey on, so I guess you're obviously a Braves fan.
I'm actually not a Braves fan.
Okay, you're not a Braves fan.
Yes, people tend to laugh at me because I go for sports itself. I'm just a sports fan. I actually got this jersey for like $3 at a thrift store up in Nashville.
Well, you can't beat that.
You can't beat that for a real, this was it still had the authentic stickers on it from
it's probably one of those $60 jerseys.
Absolutely. And so, I had to go for it. I had to go for it. I'm a fan of sports memorabilia, so I had to go for it.
Phillies fan, right?
I am a Phillies fan, yes, actually. Well, I'm from
I
Boston.
knew you had the Phillies.
I am from Boston, so the Red Sox are kind of my heart, but Jonathan Papelbon, I don't know what it is about him. He did go to Mississippi State, so maybe it's that whole SEC thing he's got going on. I'm not really sure, but ever since Boston sent him over to the Phillies, I've been a Phillies fan ever since.
Kind of followed him, but yeah, Jimmy Nelson for the Huntsville Stars, he pitched at Alabama. That's why we went back down there again to say hey to him. But remember his days at Alabama.
I gotta ask, I have really not been following much college. I know you do a little bit with UAB. How's their season starting out?
Well, last year UAB won the conference. That was an unbelievable run, but lost a lot of pitching, and that's showing this year. So I think it's 6 games under 500 at the moment. So Coach Shoup is building on that, getting some pitchers in for next year. They're going to be playing right here at Regions Field. That's boosting his recruiting up. So it's a rebuilding year, but you never know when you get into a conference tournament. But like last year, like 2 or 3 games above 500 going into it, and you wind up winning it. So.
Absolutely. So do you think do the Barons have a lot of kind of pull for UAB?
Don Logan and his family, he's the owner of the Barons. Real good friends with Brian Mack and AD and UAB. Kind of how they kind of meshed together to get that deal done for UAB to play here. So they've known each other since way back in the mid-70s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I can imagine, if UAB players get to come and see this and see that this is where they're going to play, it'd make me want to play here, that's for sure.
From what I've heard, most of the home games will be we're at here at Regions Field, and then once April comes, they're going to, you'll have some weekends where both will be at home, so obviously they'll have to go back and play on campus, which is only like 3 or 4 blocks away.
So I've got to ask, I have a friend who's a huge UAB girl. She actually works on campus now. She's a UAB graduate. UAB athletics as far as wanting a new stadium, on campus to really kind of bring in that atmosphere. Do you think that kind of translates into support for UAB baseball or any really UAB athletics?
As in like the buzz around all of the athletics?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so because obviously we all know UAB hasn't been the best over a 20-year, 22-year period, but of course Alabama and Bryant Jr. with the board systems obviously shot down them to vote on the proposed bill that UAB wanted to get that on-campus stadium, and it kind of deflated what was going on, but bringing in Garrett McGee with the football program just elevated that buzz back up, and you have something like this right beside campus that brings buzz to a baseball program that you really don't have that many people going to games, and I think you're going to see a lot more people go to the games because you have a lot of people right back here in the University House apartments probably don't go to that many baseball games. They've been out here just about every night. So
that's awesome.
That's probably going to translate into the UAB baseball program.
Yeah, because I know just with UAH, not really athletically inclined. Although they did win. They did go to the Final Four this year, I believe, in their basketball thing. But I just know they don't really quite have that connection with the Stars. I feel quite like the way UAB seems to have with the Barons. So to me, that's kind of interesting.
Well, I've got to ask about UAH hockey. Is it really that big a deal in town? Because you hear a lot of people in Birmingham say, hey, UAH is really behind that hockey program. Or the city.
It's kind of funny. Nobody really cared about UAH hockey until it was going to be taken away. And then all of a sudden it was just like this uproar of, oh my gosh, we can't lose this program. It's really kind of UAH's one claim to sports fame. And they were dropped from their conference, so this year was really kind of a struggle for them. I know we had a few different conferences come and look. They finally signed with one, and especially with the Predators not having their season, we saw a lot of travel from Nashville. As a matter of fact, Paul, who does the announcing for the Predators games, he came down and announced 2 or 3 of the games, and I think one night we topped out at 7,000 people, almost filled out most of.
Paul, the TV announcer.
He's like the score announcer.
Oh, okay.
He's kind of the commentary guy. He came down. Actually, they did have Terry Chris and Pete Weber come down. They were just kind of in support of it because they've been with the Predators organization actually ever since it was Thrashers in Atlanta, and the BBC is near and dear to their heart, and they didn't want to see the program go either because kind of like Barons baseball with UAB baseball, it's kind of the same way with the Predators and the UAH hockey team.
And of course, Huntsville to Nashville is not that long of a drive.
About an hour and 45 minutes.
With a lot of Titans and Predators.
Oh yeah, I did a lot of work with the Predators this last season, and I know even some of the players knew the names of UAH hockey players. So I thought that was pretty cool. Seeing some professional athletes really just kind of take the time out for college kids.
All right, last thing, since it's the first interview, BCS predictions, because you've already discussed a little bit about that. I know you're a Florida Gator. Will Muschamp knock off Nick Saban, kind of like what Nick Saban did to Urban Meyer?
I got to be honest, I think the bigger story we're going to see this season is going to be Texas A&M and Alabama. Just seeing...
Second game for Bama, third week of the season.
Yeah, and we saw what they could do last season. Their first year in the SEC, dominated the top dog. That to me was the most impressive game of last season. I was totally behind Johnny Manziel. What Kevin Sumlin can do with a football program is unbelievable. They came out with a top 25 recruiting class, and I think Texas A&M is going to give them a run for their money. But I'm going to have to say prediction for national title game. I'm going to have to say Alabama coming out of the SEC, and maybe Ohio State.
That's what I'm leaning towards. The thing about Nick Saban early on with the first 4 games of the year, he has all this time to prepare for it. So he's pretty encouraging. Of course, the guys usually in here. You guys do the game? It's awesome. Do it. Better. I'm trying to see it, but I don't know. And that's Kurt Bloom. Okay.
Looking for the broadcaster for the Huntsville Stars.
Of course, we'll talk to him tomorrow.
Oh yeah. You guys are talking to him tomorrow, but yeah.
But Nick Saban, he always, when he does lose a game, it's late in the year. If you notice.
Yeah.
October and beyond. He has all that time to prepare for the first 4 games, and with him seeing that Texas A&M loses that pretty much the entire offensive line, he's ready.
The thing there again with his top recruiting class. I think the best drama as far as, like I said, team-wise, Alabama, Texas A&M, but I think the Urban Meyer, Nick Saban thing is going to rise again now that Ohio State's out of their penalties. I think it's going to be quite an interesting season.
Well, there you have it, Beth. It's good talking to you today.
It was good talking to you.
All right.